Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Sips Sports Bar. We got a great crowd, great summer day. It's a spring day in Pittsburgh. We're at 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere. Only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. You got to call Comcast and complain. That's the only one you can see there in Bethel Park. On Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook, I want to thank everybody for the likes. Aaron Ward's been gone for a while, but we're at 2,919 likes. We're on our way to 3K. So thank everybody here. Anybody that's new, Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook. We need a couple more likes. You can do that right now. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. We got Smoking Jim Frazier here. Matter of fact, he was in the hospital 2 out of 3 weeks. We're not going to discuss that negativity. Look how strong he looks. You look great in black and gold, or black and yellow. Where's Wiz at? We always start with what's on our mind, and we're going to start with what's on our mind right now. Smoking Jim, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
Hold on.
you got to see Levine. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man. Makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor. Grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best meatball hoagie you ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef, Chef Pete's in the back. Please give a real big hand for international master photographer Bill Boyce and his beautiful model are in the house. 2012, Pittsburgh Steelers went 8-8. 2013, they went 8-8, and a three-peat is on its way in 2014. The Pittsburgh Steelers' problem is they keep bringing in too many honor students. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. I won't do it again, Your Honor. They got a quarterback that don't know the difference between a nightclub bathroom and Motel 6 because they both leave the lights on. You had a 360-pound Samoan that used to drive around the South Side drunk. You had a Super Bowl MVP wide receiver who would rather wake and bake than make the Hall of Fame. Former team captain Ryan Clark said most of his Pittsburgh Steelers teammates used to smoke marijuana. You got Mike Evans, who was stabbed 3 times in his soft underbelly, now being sued for false arrest. Here's a criminal element in the National Football League, and that criminal element is your 8-8 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Is he really done yet? I can't hear a thing. Somebody give me the signal. Is he done? On our Tuesday night shows, we have Revisit What's on Your Mind. But this is Monday night. I'm not going to revisit a thing he has. I can't compete with the volume that he has. And I have a couple things on my mind. First one, John, I'll need a close-up of this. We're going to be announcing boxing. Smoking Jim, I know you've been away for a week or so. On the Hill District, Coach Rock called up. He said, everybody's been praying for you.
Where's my bulletproof vest?
Hold it. Smoking Jim, you know I was born at 105 Pride Street. It's almost my neighborhood again. Center Avenue. It's a brand new Y. All right? I know people that were just there. Goldie, who's a boxer, she'll knock you out if you keep saying that with those vests. Don't bring your knives or guns or your entourage unless they're all those pretty girls that you bring. That wasn't what's on my mind. We got great boxers coming out. There's 10 bouts. It's a teaser because Coach Rock did not tell me. The only one I'm allowed to tell you about is 2 8-year-olds are boxing. Now, all of you have heard about Paul Spadafora. And almost everybody knows Rayco War Saunders. Guess what? They have 8-year-old sons that are going to be boxing. So, yep. We have fans here of that. He's from the Rocks. Jeff's here. He actually knows some MMA fighters, and we'll get into MMAs in a little bit. that this is going to be a great event. Now, the price of the tickets is only $10. So come on out there. It's $15 at the door, they said. Then there's a $25 ticket. There's entertainment and a party afterwards. Now, they are opening the doors at 11 o'clock, and yes, it is the Hill District. The fights start at 1 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. It'll be daylight, and it's a brand new facility. What's on my mind is the Pirates. The Pirates are finally starting to play a little better, but what bothers me is I've been a disgruntled fan for years. I didn't see the changes that the Nuttings promised us. They even promised McCutchen when he signed him for $51 million, as revenue goes up, we will increase the payroll. I think the payroll went down. Somebody will have to check that stat for me. Now, a lot of the players they have, you have to platoon guys to have one full player. So, I mean, those are problems that I have with the team. Am I still positive? I think they could make 500. They just took a series from L.A. Now they're playing San Diego. I want you to listen to this. We need an offensive outburst. Smoking Jim, we'll go to another game. Every run they score counts as $1 off on the next ticket you buy. So I'm thinking they score 8 runs for this 3-game series, so you won't save a whole lot of money. That's what's on my mind. We got a lot of great guests coming up, and we're going to get started right now. Do you have any choice, or no?
Oh, where's Tom? Tom in here? Tom's here.
Yeah, I'll bring him up right now.
Want you?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Hey, Tom, I'm going to bring you up first. This is off air yet, so Smoking Jim didn't recognize you because you're not wearing a suit.
That's the first thing I asked. I'm like, where's Tom? How you doing, sir? Good.
All right, we're going to let Smoking Jim, if he can recall who this gentleman is. He's one of the best guests we ever had on our show because I quoted it on Facebook. He's not a one-trick pony. Smoking Jim misled me about Tom. Go ahead and introduce him.
I tell you what, if you guys watch Championship Chase, we got the star from Championship Chase. This guy don't just know football. He don't know just basketball. He don't know hockey. He knows all sports. Please put your hands together for my good friend, Tom Lundgren.
Here's Tom. Tom Smoking Jim.
Hey, see my brother.
It's been a while, Jim. How are you?
Oh, good.
He's eating fries. Hey, what's on your mind? Since I know you can cover other subjects and other sports, I just want to know, when I ask what's on your mind about sports, what is on your mind?
I mean, I got to really go to what you said as well. I think the biggest thing that's on my mind lately is the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's looking at the splits. It's looking at they haven't had a chance to hit left-handers all year. This is a team that tears up lefties, especially McCutchen. The guy hits 400 for his left-handers. Can we get a starting pitcher against him that's a lefty, as well as Marte crushes lefties? Jordy Mercer batting 180. Shit, if he can find a Mendoza line, it'd be a great thing.
Cut that, please. He said hit. He said that's a hit because he can hit.
If he can find a Mendoza line, it'd be great. But the problem is, he hits
Explain to the folks, like you're a young guy.
Mendoza is Luis Mendoza. He was a 200 hitter, and he made it through the whole career being a 200 hitter. He was a little bit of a savvy fielder.
See, your man learned that, even though I've been mentioning it for 3 years now on air about the Mendoza line. Thank you. He listens to a third party. Now, here's the question I have for you. You got Kutch, who rarely gety a good pitch, righty or lefty. He's not protected.
Well, and I've discussed this with a number of people, but I will tell you I do something different than what everybody else wants to do with him. Gregory Polanco is coming, and the idea that they have him in AAA batting leadoff is foolish. This guy has more power than McCutchen already, and he's only going to grow. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, guys. Wow. This is a guy that needs to be in the heart of the order, and you need to stick the 450 on-base percentage of Andrew McCutchen back in the leadoff spot, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you move Alvarez down again?
I mean, Alvarez is already batting 6. Where are you going to bat him out? 10? I mean, at some point.
Here's what I say.
So far
I'm a little more brutal. Before I was saying send him back to the minors because they learned. Yeah. Now that he stayed up here so long, I say put him 8th.
Yeah, I mean.
Or sit him.
Yeah, but he still has more power than Jordy Mercer, who, my goodness, this guy hit 280 last year, and really, he's hitting nothing. Hitting no power, hitting no whatever. He's making Clint Barnes look like Honus Wagner.
I like that. You're bringing out history now. I like it. I remember when he played. He was a great ball player. Good third baseman there.
Yeah, I mean that's your biggest thing. You need to get those guys back involved in hitting. I know the starting pitching hasn't done as well as last year, but you need guys to barrel the ball. Summer the bats hit up.
Well, I know you think outside the box. Don't you think they revert back to the mean the next year when they overachieve? So then they have a chance to overachieve again now because they've been underachieving?
Yeah, there's definitely things that will tell you that, but you're wasting the best year of his career by Neil Walker right now. You're wasting the on-base percentage of Andrew McCutchen, which cannot be overstated. You get him on base, and then like you said, Pedro Alvarez doesn't hit. He strikes out 30% of the time. You'd be better off sticking,
anybody,
me and you up there. I mean, that's what
I don't know about
you
me.
know what?
I'd get hit on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Jason Kendall did that 20-odd times a year to get you on base.
I'd wear this jersey out like you see how it's a little big on me. Let that flutter in the breeze a little. Those are those little tricks, being savvy.
Definitely. Yeah, he needs to do whatever he can to put balls in play. And the idea of the shifts in baseball is completely and totally disgusting to me. The fact that these are major leaguers making millions and millions of dollars, and you're telling me you can't put the ball on the other side of the infield like your dad showed you to do when you were 7?
With a wiffle ball bat?
With a wiffle ball bat.
There's your dad. Shout out to Rick.
You got to get the ball on the other side of the infield. It's not that hard, folks.
No, these are great insights. This is why this is one of the best guys on TV. I'm so happy to have you here with us. His kids are all under the age of 7, so he doesn't have to coach anything tonight.
Not yet. No.
Wait next year.
Maybe.
Baseball, I see.
The other side of the infield is where we'll be hitting the ball.
Really?
Everybody can pull hit.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can pull hit. There's no problem. You see a fastball, you get ahead of it. It's the ability to go the other way, man.
How about that deuce? When the deuce comes at you.
Yeah, you know what? You're behind it already then. So then you're pulling the deuce.
Do you hear what he's talking about, Smoking Jim? You should have played baseball.
Yeah,
you know that. What do you think of this baseball talk, buddy?
Well, not to change the subject, but
That's why I'm asking. I know you will.
I got heavy money on San Antonio in 5. What do you think?
I think you're crazy. What are they going to whisper some more things in LeBron? Come on, man. Sweet nothings aren't going to get him to the championship.
Heat for a three-peat.
Heat for a three-peat. I love the big fundamental. My favorite basketball player. He really is. Guy goes high off the glass. He does everything as you should. That having been said, you cannot beat a power forward playing shooting guard that can shoot the 3 now, and that's what LeBron has. He upped his three-point percentage by 10 percentage points over the last 3 years. That's a different factor. There's not a body like him in the NBA. There just isn't, Jim.
So that heavy money's in trouble.
Yeah.
He's been there before. He had inside info. I won't even mention that. And it was the wrong info because he didn't realize my guy was saved a couple people's lives. Shout out to Jim Kaiser with Pittsburgh Sports Pride. He went in a house and saved some people in a burning house. And Smoking Jim didn't realize he had been in the hospital a couple days. He put heavy money. You could talk about that. I don't condone betting. This is a family show. This is for entertainment purposes only. Miami, 3-peats.
Yeah, definitely.
What up?
My biggest thing I want to talk to Jim about, because he's the best draft guru in the city.
We'll look up while you're talking, while we get action
Is
at the camp.
Dre Archer. Now, I know this guy's fast, but I don't care how fast you are. He needs to not be fast like McDonald's drive-thru with that arches. He needs to go and have some hamburgers there, because the boy's going to get blown out of the league. I mean, where are you at there? Because my fear is this guy's not going to last in the NFL.
Well, you know, I was against drafting a guy, a part-time player in the 3rd round. He's only 175 pounds. Even though he bench presses 365 pounds, I just hope he's not taking a big dose of Andros. But that being said, he's fast, but it's not an upgrade. He's not better than Antonio Brown on kick returns, and he's never returned a punt in his life. So everybody's not a gifted punt returner.
And my thing with that is, and I love you went there. My thing is they drafted Chris Rainey a few years ago to do this same thing.
Good point.
Todd Haley couldn't make him work. He's trying to find Dexter McCluster, but that isn't this guy. That isn't this guy at all. And they need, 8-8. You're talking about them doing it again. You need some serious leverage to do that. And I love having LeGarrette Blount to fill in that other role. Because Le'Veon Bell doesn't have it between the tackles for the long run, and you have to pound the ball in this league.
Do you think that still will work?
What, pounding a football?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because there's a controversy about it. Me, I believe that way. Because I think when you soften them up like that, with the loose rules on passing, and with Big Ben still being able to throw.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the NFL is it's all cyclical. And the fact of the matter is you're not defensive men. Continue to get smaller at the linebacker core. But right now you have 2 inside linebackers that are under 240 pounds. You have outside linebackers that each are under 240 as well. So you're going to run LeGarrette Blount off a left tackle, and he's 265 pounds. Do you want to tackle that?
I can't believe New England got rid of it. And that's another reason why I wasn't thrilled with the Archer pick, because you got Le'Veon Bell that's probably they're pushing him as a 3-down back. You got LeGarrette going to fight for more playing time, no pun intended. And now you bring in a running back that, I mean, where's he going to find time to even see the football field?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you drafted another big, tall wideout for Ben in the late rounds. I mean, at some point you got to get somebody big and productive now for him, not a project.
His window's closing.
Definitely.
You only have so many years. You can't take the hits. He's taken more hits than anybody over a career in the same time frame.
Which is Ray Leonard out there, man.
Luckily, when you're about 270 instead of what they list them at.
Yeah, but 270, the guy hitting him's 350 too.
Well, like I always say, when you're given concussions, you're getting a concussion. Think about it.
I can't anymore. I've had too many years.
Dad, we're covering NFL and the private psychology and the inner workings of this gray matter. Oh, it's solid. It's like a rock. No, I appreciate all your opinions there, and that's why we like having you on here.
One good thing is Tom is as good as anybody in the country. But the great thing about him, he got a degree from IUP, so he didn't have to use his brains. Because my cat could get a degree from IUP.
Hold it, wait, he went to Cal U. How do you spell cat at Cal U?
Oh, man.
It is your friend.
Jim Haslett. Got played the NFL for 5 years. Don't worry about his steroids, man. That was okay in 1970. That was okay.
Weren't they vitamins? They were vitamins on a plate.
This city has 4 Super Bowls served on steroids. So don't kid yourself. They're okay.
It's funny how you say it. We had Jim O'Brien, who's written many books in the area. We actually talked about it while he was in that seat. Because I kept saying, they brought up all these vitamins and stuff for people, and we knew when their arms are like that, and these guys are yelling and fighting and beating people up, shooting out of helicopters and everything, that's not normal. Right? We figured it out back then. Right. But those are great vitamins.
Definitely.
Now they're being banned. PED. You got to get that synthetic testosterone and juggle that type of stuff around. Well, thank you very much for covering all kind of subjects. You're welcome back again whenever you can fit it in your busy schedule.
Thank you.
We'd like to have you on every month if you wanted to.
Yeah, we can probably find
fit it in.
something.
Well, you might be able to talk about something. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, mine is food.
What am I talking about?
Here, wait, we're going to start now.
We talking about shoes?
Ooh, I love shoes.
Stand up. Let Smoking Jim see your shoes. He's a shoe man.
Ooh, check out the shoes. I love the shoes.
We may have you put a shoe up. If you don't mind. We may have you learn to. Okay. We have a little fun here. So.
Oh, you are loud, man. You are loud.
The PA system, they didn't have the fire for it tonight, so. We ready now? This next guest started out as my Facebook friend, and I met her in person at a couple events. We'll let her boyfriend Bob describe those events unless you want to.
That's okay.
We'll give him a segue into that. This is Rosemary Skaggs, and she's a sports fan, and you see her all around the city. But before we get into that, Smoking Jim's a shoe man, and he said, let me see one of those shoes.
So we have to do the shoe thing.
Yay!
You don't see this on everyday TV. This is a family show still, folks. Those are just nice shoes.
Nice shoes. Thank you.
Now, at the last event we were at Bellicera, you said you had a hat for me.
I do have a hat for you.
Well, I can't wait any longer.
Well, we went to see the Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
And we saw the semifinals, and we went to Beverly Hills, and we were walking around.
Wow.
And he had said to me that the Dodgers were one of his favorites. So we bought a hat that says, "Just do it, Dodgers," and it looks great on him. Gotta try.
If my hair were a little darker, I'd look like Mike Piazza back in the day. Actually, one of my sisters, we were in Vegas for a wedding about 10, 12 years ago, and somebody was calling me Mike Piazza. So I said, I like the Dodgers, and then he got traded to the Mets. But she bought me a hat just like that. Only this, oh my goodness, look at that. Just do it. You can't beat it. And then orange is the color of the night.
Yeah, it is. The memo
we
went
didn't-
out. You didn't go
I didn't send the email,
You're
but
yellow,
somehow
yeah.
they got it.
Wow.
Bottle will be up in orange, too.
Now, you might as well introduce yourself to the people that know you already, because you know I post all this on Facebook.
Everybody
Every
knows
show
me.
gets posted up. And then your growing fan base on Verizon 32, Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park, and Pittsburgh
Wow.
Sports Line on Facebook. You know we do that all the time. So go ahead. It's up
What,
to
who
you.
I am?
Yeah, and what you do.
I'm Rosemary Skaggs, and I've been a State Farm agent for 35 years.
No,
Woo!
no way.
Since I was born, since the day I was born, I was a
okay.
State Farm agent.
You inherited that.
Yeah, I am. But anyway, I have a really big agency, and my agency's in Mount Pleasant, but I live downtown. So I drive every day like 35 minutes or something to get to work. But I love it. I love my people. I just love being there. I love my clients and everything.
And everything you do is like with sports things.
Oh.
I noticed with your State Farm,
Yeah.
they're doing a sports thing here, during football, during baseball.
I'd tell you my favorite sports thing. A couple years ago, I went to every hockey game that was at home, every football game was home, and I missed 4 home Pirate games.
Oh, man. That's good stuff. That's
Missed
good stuff.
4.
You must be a Pirate fan.
I'm a fan of. I just love sports. I played baseball when I was in high school.
Did you?
Yeah, I was shortstop and first base in high school.
Wow.
On a
And I was a
team.
cheerleader. Yeah, I went to WVU. I was a cheerleader. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, now I know why she's so into sports. It was in her blood the whole time.
Yeah, Bubby Braxton played when I was there. Do you remember him?
Yeah, the fullback for Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
played
an
for
NFL scout.
WVU.
Smoking
Yeah.
Jim's an NFL scout.
He's gone now. You know,
Yeah, he passed away.
He passed away.
Yeah.
But he played back then, and I
Yeah.
was a cheerleader. And I used to do Bubby, you're my man. Keep doing it. No one can. That
Oh,
was my cheer.
We got cheers. We've had a couple. We had a couple cheerleaders from other teams on
Did
here,
you?
but that was one of the better cheers. Bringing
Yeah.
back memories.
Yeah.
When I was at WVU, we actually went down to the finals. We came in 7th, but we did really well, and I was the one in the top. And I used to do this rolling flip and land in a split.
No.
That's why I can't walk now.
Wow.
Yeah, you couldn't get it.
I know, it hurt. Yeah, it really hurt.
Do you have any favorite sports stories that you'd like to share with us?
I don't know.
Or you
It's
just enjoy the
I
games
just,
as they come and go?
I enjoy the game. I went a couple times and sat with some people who actually did all, they wrote
Stats.
everything, the stats, and I learned how to do the stats, and I've forgotten it all, but I mean, I really love that. That's really fun. Yeah, I really like understanding the game, because once I understand it, I can't get enough of it.
Right, I can see
Just
that.
everything that's sports. I love skiing. I love, I just love a lot of sports.
Well, I follow
So-
your exploits at the Pirate games, the Steeler
Yeah.
games, and whatever other games you may go to.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to meet Paul and JoJo Ondulich,
wanna
who
shout out to them?
they have the Bucko Zone. Tune into the BuckoZone.com.
Oh, and didn't you introduce me to them? They're great
Yeah,
people.
I did. They're
Very
great
nice
people, and they have seats right there at third base. They're in the handicap section.
Yeah.
Right there in the Bucko Zone. It's amazing. I mean, to watch the game from there is just like you can touch everybody almost.
And I saw the pirate biting your head.
Yeah, he bit my head. Yeah, Paul took
Pirate
pictures of the parrot swallowing Rosemary.
She was gone. That's a big parrot too.
Yeah,
I've had
it was
pictures
cute.
with the parrot.
It was fun.
So I understand. Where's your next game, or where are you headed to next? when you come back
We're
this summer?
actually not at game, but we're actually going to Paris next month.
Well, I'm glad you could fit this in your
And Bob at auction, he bought tickets for us to go on the bus with the Steelers in October to the Steelers game at the Browns.
Yeah.
And we're going to stay there, eat there, whatever, and then we're going to go to the game with them, and then we're going to go home on the bus with them again. Wow. With the Steelers on the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
Even you don't get to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll have to have you back on so you can give us an update about how the Steelers bus ride
Maybe
was.
she can get you a Johnny Football T-shirt in Cleveland for Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Football. Who's he? He's not even a starter yet.
There you go.
He's a great PR guy.
But he's
I
a
love it.
star. He's a
Hey,
star.
everybody can drink drink beer and eat Skittles and win the Heisman. My hat goes off to him on that.
That's right.
Well, Rosemary, it's a pleasure having you there.
Thanks for having me.
If you suspect anybody listening in on your conversations, or you're having trouble with anybody and you want to have them checked out for whatever reason, business, personal, or anything, just call Empire.
That's right. When in doubt, check them out. It's Empire Investigations. I've been in business since 1982. Here's one of our pens. That's our website in it, in fact.
Whoa.
We actually work for every TV star.
Testing.
TV.
Testing.
It's a camera.
You got my better side, too.
That's right. It has the lens. It makes things look bigger, so you'll enjoy that.
Testing. Well, not necessarily. Speak for yourself. This is a family show. This is Bob Presson. He doesn't need an introduction. He's known all over the world here and you name it. He introduced me to so many people at Bellicera. I thank you again.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a pleasure having you. We got to bring him along, too, because you're nice and quiet. We just got to bring it up a notch, Kick it up a notch. Come on, I want to hear that voice
He leads
here.
a
You're
sheltered
incredible.
life. He's a mama's boy, actually, so you
he
got to
is?
get him away from his mother. And you got to keep him out of the hospital. He was in the hospital for an undisclosed ailment 3 weeks ago. Then, right before Memorial
He was
Day,
just trying to meet a nurse. Come on. I
he already did.
Come on, I know.
lady doctors.
Cool. You're working it.
He got a harem now.
A harem.
Nurse.
Oh, he kicked it down a notch.
Explain harem to him.
Well,
Never mind. Family
he's
show.
from Utah, right?
He's geographically challenged. Don't test him. He went to Cal U. I think he only spent 6 years there.
Only
He was a
6.
starter for all
So he
4.
got his associate degree, right?
Yeah, and he minored in business, so we can't talk about it. So,
No, he's got a degree in BS. He's just going to go back for the,
he did go back.
That's right. And they go for MS, more of the same. And if you study real long and hard, PhD, it's piled higher and deeper. I mean, go for it all.
Well, then, he's also a scout of men with the NFL.
Wait, I'm
He's also a
going to
scout.
slide down a little bit this
He
way.
didn't let me finish. Go back over.
He's wearing that yellow shirt. You know what I mean?
He's a
He is
scout.
kind of close to
No,
you.
he's a scout of the models, female boxers, female MMA fighters.
That's cool.
Anything with female in it, he's a scout. You should see some of the guests he brings here.
He did say female, right?
Female.
Okay, making sure. Let's check it.
Your hearing might be going here. Testing.
Might be. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Testing. 3, 4. Okay. Now, I know you like sports. What's your favorite sport? Do you have one?
Yeah, when it's over.
Sports.
No.
The family show. This is we're not
I like
talking.
the Steelers. I like the
Okay.
Steelers. Oh, you want to see my shoes? These are
Ah,
Gucci's.
they're too lame.
They're Gucci's. Come on. Give the guy a bone here. Come on. Ladies, my shoes. Let's rate them.
We'll
Come
play some
on.
AC/DC then for you.
Hey, there you go again.
Give the dog a bone there, okay? We'll cover a few different things.
That's
now, seriously, I know you could out-talk me, but it's my show, so you're not going to. What's your thought on 8-8, 8-8, and next year?
8-8, 8-8. Don't be late. Let's make it great.
He's got our rhyming.
Give it to
The
me.
talking machine, smoking Jim Frazier. You fit right in on the show. I didn't realize you could be a regular. We might ask you back next week.
Rose keeps telling me I'm irregular, so thanks for the compliment. Hey, I'd love to talk to you
Probiotics.
about
Take some probiotics.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that yogurt. Yeah, with the active.
Take the pearl. It's not a tampon, but take a pearl. It's a little beadlet. You need that, my friend. You got to go much deeper in the lower intestine. We do a little health tips and all that too, so we're not going any further with that.
Okay. I how about we talk about networking a little bit? You and I are involved in Pittsburgh Social Exchange.
Let's do it.
We have a lot of events coming up. I'll get you in all our VIPs. And again, bring Mr. Quiet here. You know, go bring him out of the closet, so to
Smoking
speak.
Jim Frazier, is this
Smoking
the guy
Jim.
to know? The VIP, Belisara, Jason Capps in his establishment. That was the first time I was there. The food was excellent. You have a photo you're supposed to place on Facebook.
It's actually in Facebook already.
Well, he was going to send it to this phone, and everybody knows I got a dumb phone. Smoking Jim, I was the only person to go up there and say, I've waited in line so long because it's packed. Could I have two? So the guy had me talking in Italian, mozzarella. So I got 2 plates, he took the photo. And that's my story, I'm sticking to it.
No,
it was delicious.
But
Go ahead.
we would love to have you at other events. I sponsor the VIPs at all the Pittsburgh Social Exchange events. I will be hosting, I'm the chairperson for the golf outing. It's going to be August 4th. It's going to be a diamond run. I'd love to have you there as my guest. We ride around the golf course, give away
Really?
some cigars. Oh, absolutely. Wow. And again, bring Smoking Joe. And because
Jim,
Smoking Jim, I'm sorry.
Whatever you got on tape and video, it's not true.
That's true. Oh, really?
It isn't
you
true.
photoshopped it.
Yes.
No, but again, I'd love to have you, and because you're so hot and you're smoking, we will have a fire truck there just for you. You can go up there and ring the bell, get you some photo time.
Thank you.
No,
I
but-
appreciate it.
but
That's
see-
really a nice offer. And these events are just great with the Pittsburgh Social Exchange. Ethan Nicholas and I are friends.
Good.
It's just a great time to get together. Smoking Jim, I'm trying to get him out underneath that rock where you
Right.
can meet other people.
Where are you from, Jim?
God's country, Monroeville.
Oh, Monroeville, Upper St. Nowhere. I'll tell you what, here's what I'll do for you.
Yes, you're welcome back again.
Next event, I will send a car to pick you up, my man. You're going to come in style. I'm going to send a sedan for you, and you're rolling in right. You got a deal. Will you be there? I'll bring you to my golf outing, seriously.
I'll be there.
You'll be there?
All right, then I'll make sure I'm with him so he comes. Because he's known as Batman, because you've watched Batman movies.
Oh, absolutely.
And where's Batman? That's what happens. Like, after this show, sometimes he's here for an hour. Other times it's 30 seconds. So you do have to watch. Hey, Bill, did you get a picture of Bob here, since he did invite us to golf outings here?
Okay, wait a minute. You were talking about these guys working out in bench press and all that mess, okay? You met my man, I call him the Juice. And there's a reason we call him Juice, okay? And you're all talking about bench pressing, what, 200-300 pounds or something? Okay, this is a 300-pound stone on his shoulder. He picked up a card 19 times at his event. I just recruited a coach because he came in number 2 in National Strongman. We're going for number 1 this year because we don't take 2 as number 1.
I think we have number 1, Dan Kovacs.
That's cool. That's cool.
He won it in a different event with 3 different events that he lifts weights.
Yeah, this is strongman. This is cars, stones, 600-pound chain. Real deal. This guy works.
What's his name?
Juice. We just go by Juice. We love him as Juice. You know, he loves that.
Juice.
The Juice.
The Juice. I like that.
Juice.
I like it.
He's always there. He works the door. You did. He was at the last event. He ran my security. He was downstairs right by the stairs.
Okay.
You'd only got up if you had the gold
star. He was the size of a door.
Well, you know.
He looked like a door. That's how solid. Here, look at the camera there. There we go.
Thank you.
We always like a little promo, and we do shameless promotions all day long.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
We'll have you on before that August 4th, your golf outing.
Yes, please do. And then after October, because we will be on the Steeler bus to the Steeler game at the Cleveland Browns. So it's Cleveland Browns guy. We may buy another one, too, if we like this, because there is another one in the auction block.
Is there?
But we're actually riding the bus with the Steelers, staying at their hotel, riding the bus to the game, and then back home again. So that's good. We're looking forward to that event.
That sounds like more fun.
Absolutely.
You know my theme. I gave that to you early.
That's right.
That's true. Oh, whoa, he's taking pictures again. Bob, thank
Pleasure.
you very
Nice
much.
meeting you both. Take care.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, gentlemen. My name is Jamie Chesney. I am an amateur Muay Thai, MMA fighter with Fight Club Pittsburgh, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And since Jamie was on our show last, she was 0-2. And she was saying she's a good Muay Thai fighter. And since we've been learning about MMA and all the fighting, even Smoking Jim's learning vicariously through all this stuff. Look that up in the dictionary. She is now undefeated after being on Pittsburgh Sportsline 2 in a row with
I
Great
love
Karma.
that spin, yes.
That's how I spin it. It's all positive here. We get that positive karma. And explain where you fight at, because it's not that far away from here. The Fight Club?
Fight Club
That's
Pittsburgh, which is off of Campbell's Run Road. And we had a few events for Pinnacle Fighting Championships, a great promotion here in Pittsburgh. And the next one is July 12th. My coaches are fighting.
I know.
Mark Cherico, you can't miss that one. So if you're in the area, I believe it will be at the Isoplex at South Point.
Bob, mark that down.
July 12th.
July 12th.
Yeah, so be sure to get your tickets. It'll be a great show. He's a phenomenal, undefeated fighter. I mean, one of the best. Like, I look up to him. He's a great cornerman as well.
And he has a great nickname.
The Pride of Bloomfield.
I let Jamie segue right into that. You can't beat that. This guy, I was sitting with Jim Audet, not to drop names, but he's one of the best MMA reporters with Steel Nation magazine. So I'm sitting between him and John Niederer, who works for Jamie, with In Your MMA Face, right, or In Your Face.
InYourFace.com, yeah.
So I'm between these two experts, and they go, Mark is just on fire with his coaching.
Oh, yeah.
He was guiding everybody. You could hear it. So I made one comment out of about 60, and Jim quoted me on it, that he's telling these lady and guys what's going on, and he's anticipating what the next move was. They were prepared for the next move, which was just awesome. That shows how intuitive, how smart he is, and that's the power of your coach there.
For sure.
And you guys, I'm lumping you together with the guys, are listening to him, which to me is unreal, because I played sports. You don't always hear your coach when they're yelling at you.
Yeah, it's so important to listen to your corner. When you have a corner like Mark Cherico, I mean, those fights at Pinnacle on May 24th, we went, with Fight Club Pittsburgh, we went 6-0. And
that's with amateurs and pros.
Amateur and pro, and they were all evenly matched. So it wasn't like anybody had bum fights. We had to go in there and actually, really.
Speaking of having a fight, you were in a tough fight there. You know that.
She was good.
I think that whoever the matchmakers are, those guys are lining them up pretty even there.
Well, it wasn't really, because.
Tell us what you really think.
Well, on the website, she's listed as 1-3, and she's like 5-2 in stand-up. Her name was Caitlin Dykes.
Yeah.
Very tough girl, great, from Michigan. When all actuality, I did listen to an interview of hers, and she was 3-3 in MMA. Won a title last fall.
I actually heard that interview. If I didn't hear that. Yeah, because I'm listening to all this MMA, because a lot of people talk this, they talk that. I like to see the bottom line, and I'm all about the W's. So when you get those W's, that means a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does mean a lot, but when you're an amateur, you can get away with more losses, I believe, get the experience.
No offense to you there. She's got the Jamie stare going on. That melted my media pass.
When?
Wait a second. Here's what my media pass was connected to something. Look, it's gone. Don't give that stare on air.
I don't want to melt the camera now.
Now the camera can handle it. It's good for 3,432 degrees. You can't get to that point.
I didn't realize the impact that would have. It wasn't just happened.
Well, that's why you're such a great competitor. That's why we talk to a lot of people, like we've talked about, what do you think about your last fight? And I'll interrupt you before you answer that.
Okay.
Everybody that I've ever talked to, and Jim Audet is interviewed, they always can do some more and something better. Just like when we played sports, I pitched a no-hitter. Did I think I could do better? Yes. You always do. So what did you think of your last fight?
Oh. Well, it definitely was not my best showing. I was not as active as I could be with my hands. I did not come straight down the pipe like I normally do. But she was tough. She brought it, and I still have a lot to work on. I was more tired than I've ever been in any of my fights, which was very unusual for me because I normally could go 2 or 3 more rounds after the 3rd round.
Do you think cutting weight could do that?
Well, we won't talk about it.
I ask these hard questions. I try to stump my guests once every interview. With Bob, I didn't do it. Rosemary, it was a little tough. But Jamie got stumped here.
You did hear about my weight cut and what I had to do?
Yeah, there was a garbage bag picture. This is a classic. If ever you want to see somebody wearing whatever she's wearing now compared to a garbage bag to get down to 135 in one day,
Well, there
for
was
like a lot of weight.
I was prepared for the weight cut. I was on track. I normally walk around at like 144, 143. So technically, the week before, I only had 7 pounds to lose. But being a woman, our water weight fluctuates, and mine fluctuated, and
It's a family show here.
I had to lose 14 pounds in a week. So I did what I had to do. I was eating so clean that it didn't matter at that point.
Tell Smoking Jim about eating clean, because he needs that for health-wise. He thinks if he doesn't get ketchup on some of his fries, that's clean. And if his Whopper doesn't have pickles, that's clean.
See, those things are the vegetables of the meal, in my opinion. So, there we go.
When you're not cutting weight.
Exactly.
And that's what we bring to Pittsburgh Sports Line here. You'll learn what you don't want to learn, and more.
Right, right. So the night before, while cutting weight, I was with Tony Durnell and Ryan Wade, my sponsors with the Driven Athletic Program, weight training, and the Back and Neck Care Center. He opened up the Back and Neck Care Center. He's like, get down here right now. I was in the sauna all day. I only cut 2 pounds. I'm like, I don't understand. Why am I not cutting weight? He's like, you didn't water load enough. And so I usually just walked in where I would fight, but this time I gained more weight. So Tony came down. They put me in 2 garbage bags, one on top, one on the bottom, saran wrap along my limbs, 2 layers of clothes. I was shadow boxing, hitting pads, and then they put me in a room that was like 8x8 office with 2 heaters on a bike for, I don't even know.
Were you spitting like wrestling
I
stuff?
was spitting in it, yeah, chewing gum and spitting, and then I had to do it again the next morning to lose the extra 2 pounds. So I was there until 9 a.m. and then weigh-ins were at like 10:30. They were supposed to be at 9, but we'll see.
Yeah, I thought 9. I got inside info. They were at 9.
And they came late. So by then, I was at 135 exactly. And I felt great. Like, I really feel like I could go to 125 and dominate. I want to do that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're hearing it first, folks. She's not only not disappointed with her last fight at 135, she's going to 125.
Possibly. My coaches believe I could get there.
Could you give me the names of your coaches right now?
My coach is Tony Durnell, Mark Cherico, Kama Worthy, Ryan Wade. And Ryan Wade did the body mass index, and I'm at 18%. For a woman,
you could go to 5. No
I know.
problem. That isn't a problem.
I
We
could
know
drop.
this type of stuff. He's at 62. So he has no problem. Wait till his doctors, his female doctors, and his nurses finally straighten him out. It's going to happen. Teach him some shadow boxing.
Well, we need to get him some good luck.
He's on our show.
Right?
What
There you
better
go.
luck can you have being on Pittsburgh Sports Line? You're undefeated since you've been on our show.
I know. I love it.
And I have season tickets to all your fights.
The best. Have I mentioned I like the baby face look, by the way?
How do you get, I have a question for my guest. How do you get season tickets for all her fights? She doesn't even know when now she does.
No, not necessarily. I have commitment issues.
We'll go to our doctor psychologist thing a little later on our after-hours show. This is still the family version. We can handle that. We know many different subjects. As Chief will tell you, I worked with him a long time. Pick a subject, Chief. No, never mind. But we can handle that. So July 12th will be your fight. Do they have an opponent for you yet, or is
I
that in the
haven't
works?
committed yet.
Okay, this will be after the show on those commitment issues. We'll discuss that.
If I do fight again, it will be July 12th.
Okay. That's a big if right now. It's a big word.
Yeah, give me a day after I drink these beers.
Okay. The owner sips. Can you line up 2 more beers? We'll get that for coaches and the sponsors. Why don't you give a shout out to your sponsors here before we...
Great sponsors. Fight Club Pittsburgh. I couldn't have done it without them. They took me under their wing like no other. My coaches, Mark Cherico, Tony Durnell, Kama Worthy, Ryan Wade. The Back and Neck Care Center, they're straightening me out, literally.
Are they?
They really are. They're
they at?
amazing. They're on Poplar Street, right next to the ice cream shop. And within that, they have the Driven Athletic program where they work with chiropractic and strength and conditioning and physical therapy.
You have to send your good friend Joy, my sister, there.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely. Get her
I mean, it's
straightened
the best around. Like, they're amazing. And Ryan Wade, who is the director of the Driven program, he also does personal training through Wade Training. So I highly recommend
I like
them.
this page.
Yes.
I like that. I keep up with
He was
all
there with me 8:30 at night during his family time, the night before my fight.
Not
Him
only
and
is a
Tony.
good sponsor,
Tony
but he's
Durnell.
crazy. That's what you need. You need some of these people that think outside the box here to get winners. We like the winners.
Yeah.
Anybody else that I interrupted that you lost your train of thought on?
Mark Angle Jr. for sure. He's just absolutely amazing wrestling coach. He's spending a few days a week with me, looking forward to getting back into working with him.
And the Angles are legendary. I went to school with his dad, Mark,
Yeah.
at Keystone Oaks. Shout out to them. Family was prolific in sports. Young Mark, I call him Young Mark, and he's not that young anymore, but he was one of the best in this area. There's newspaper write-ups all over about him and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, Kurt Angle, everybody
That's
knows
his uncle.
him.
They were saying that Marky's better than Kurt. But
If he were bigger,
yeah, well, he got hurt. He hurt his knee, but he still placed nationally. So
I believe he would have been. I saw him wrestle when he was young,
Yeah.
growing up. Definitely.
yeah, so great guys. I'm very
Your
fortunate.
ground game will be improving then. Muay
Always
Thai will be in the
improving.
background.
Oh, I still need improvement on my Muay Thai, my boxing for sure. That last fight, I don't know what happened to my boxing. I
I
apologize.
know what happened. 7 pounds in 7 hours. That's a little guess.
That's just an excuse though for me. I should still be able to do it.
It's only an excuse if you lost.
True.
That's how I look at it. I'm a positive guy here. It was a win, and that's what counts. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me
all
on
the
again,
T-shirts
gentlemen.
that we got too. We got
Yeah.
those Jamie Green shirts.
Yes.
So we appreciate it. You take
Thanks,
care. and
gentlemen.
Good luck.
All right, you too.
How you doing, champ? Hold that belt. Where's Bill Boyce at? This is when we need the photo ops. We got the belt here. We got the NABA heavyweight champion right here. Smoking Jim, give the introduction. He gives an introduction like you can't believe. You got to give the introduction.
Well, I tell you what, last month I spent 3 days with Iron Mike Tyson, and I tell you what, Iron Mike Tyson told me personally that he can't wait to bring the heavyweight championship back to America, and this is the guy to do it. Please put your hands together for a guy that got knockout power in both hands. My main man, Jason Birdman.
All right, Bill, get a photo of that. Smile at the camera. Boy, how do you beat that introduction?
And after 3 days, with Iron Mike Tyson, all I can say is thank God for penitentiaries.
And that's our commercial little break here for you. Thanks, Smoking Jim. I'm glad you didn't lose any volume in the hospital or hospitals. What do you got to say for yourself, champ, after that?
I'd just like to thank everyone for bringing me here. My next fight's coming up at Meadows Casino, July 26th. Headlining there probably for the next, should be the next 4 or 5 fights. So
Really?
going
That
to stay.
is great.
Yeah, so that's what things are happening, and so first contract signed against a guy named Justin Jones from Texas.
Okay.
He's 15-0 with 9 knockouts. So
Guess who's announcing your fights, buddy?
Yeah,
Right here. You got Al Levine, the talking machine, and Smoking Jim Frazier, who, if you didn't hear the call on his fight when he fought an undefeated guy of Buster Douglas's stable, he was undefeated, knocked everybody out except for one guy. I heard 2 things. And I saw it. And then he called it. This is the truth. You got to hear it. It's one of the greatest calls you'll ever hear.
it was a good night.
And it was a great way to see you.
That was the night I won the belt. That was the night I won the belt.
Let me hold that belt again. You know I enjoy it. Oh, man. I got to start working out a little bit. Look at that. Bill, where's a Where's a photo on this? Where'd Bill Boyce go? How'd he miss this one? We need another great shot. He takes all great shots. I want another.
First time in Keystone Oaks, guy got a championship.
Ow! Just kidding. I was prepared for that. Thank you. Thank you. Let me set it right here so it'll be on camera. And I know you work out all the time, so this will give you a little break.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I want those arms strong, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep those fists to yourself. Definitely. How's it going? What kind of shape are you in? You look great.
Staying in good shape. Just started turning it back up next week.
Okay.
Just back in.
You're going to turn it up next week. You look great right now. You look like you're ready to go in the ring. Not shaved yet. You're good to go. I like that.
Yeah, just try to maintain, keep a steady, progression, and just getting ready for the next one, and just keep it coming after that. Try and bring more titles back to Pittsburgh.
Is it hard getting sparring partners?
One of the sparring partners I can count on around here is Ed Lattimore, another heavyweight.
He just won his fight in West Virginia. I got there late. He won a disqualification. The guy was holding too much. How about that? Is that shocking? The way Ed hits.
Yeah.
The way you hit. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
So Ed's a good guy.
Yeah, Ed gives me good work, and I go out to Philly a little bit. I have here just recently.
There's some of the best fighters around.
Go out there, get some sparring, and just need to branch out and get just step up the level a little bit.
No, that's great. You know, we're big fans of yours. We want to see you keep doing well. No, we love this stuff. And then it's in your backyard, the Meadows.
Yeah, that's nice. How I can walk there. Yeah, it's probably 2 miles. If that. Yeah, it's not even 2. It's probably maybe 3/4 of a mile.
Wouldn't you like to fight that close?
Yeah, probably 3/4 of a mile walking distance. I actually jogged there before.
Do you?
Yeah.
I hope you're not at the roulette table. This is a family show. We're not talking gambling, okay?
Yeah.
I've heard red and black before, not black and yellow.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that at another time.
Yeah.
All I can say is walk away when you're up.
That's right.
Whatever that means.
That's right.
Whatever you can do that.
That's right.
And you said you signed a contract for like a 4 or 5 fight type of thing.
Yeah, depending on performance, we're still details are still to be worked out.
Okay.
But they offered me a 4 to 5 fight deal.
That's great. So all you got to do is win.
All I got to do is win. Does
that sound easy?
Yeah.
Except for holding this belt.
Yeah. As my head coach Jack Conway tells me, the world will come to you. Just win.
Yeah. Nice guy. I've talked to Jack a few times. Very interesting guy. He knows the sport.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have met him. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be here for sure. He's a great coach. Great coach.
Definitely. We got to get you more opponents to spar with, though, right?
Yeah, reaching out, trying to reach out to the better quality guys, better fighters, and you only get better by fighting better guys.
Yeah.
So
we've seen it. My man Smoking Jim educates me on the boxing all the time.
So yeah, it's Pittsburgh's come a long way for the last couple of years in boxing.
We're starting to see it from the young kids all the way up.
There's a good generation right now. A good generation of all different weight classes right now for Pittsburgh, and I think good things are going to happen in the boxing world.
Yeah, I think this is the best time for boxing in Pittsburgh in the last 60 years, really.
Yeah.
All the different weight classes.
Yeah, for the variety of the weight classes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, we like the belts.
Keep bringing titles back to Pittsburgh. That's all about.
That's what counts. And you know what? You're also inspiring a lot of the younger kids because they're training and getting in shape. Now they want to fight. They don't want to just be in shape. We got competition with MMA. And things like that. So when they see a guy like you, we're looking for that great white hope. I had to throw it out. No offense, Smoking Jim. But we're looking for that great white hope. Whatever happens, we don't want Russian white hopes. All right?
Yeah, no white Russians.
No white Russians. You guys that drink, ladies that drink.
Of any kind. There you go.
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're looking for our man here.
I was feeling a little left out, though, guys. You didn't ask me about my shoes.
Oh, all right. He's a shoe man all over. I'll tell you what. It's funny how you bring that up. In the ring, he's always going to me, what do you think of that guy in the blue corner with his shoes? He goes, they look like Air Jordan. Or he goes, how about he got color-coordinated socks? Give us your shoe. Put a shoe up. Come on, Bergman. There you go. That's a pre-training shoe. What happened? Leave that down next time. Did you see that? It's cramped up. Get him water with salt water. You're just beginning that training session.
Yeah. First serious week back, but always maintaining.
Now you're looking pretty good shape.
Trying.
Do you try to lose weight or?
Yeah, I've come down a little bit. My last fight I was 256, I think. I'm always right around the mid 250s.
Yeah.
Right now I'm like 248, and I haven't even hit it real hard yet. So I'm looking to come in right about 242, 240.
Wow.
So I'm trying to come down a little bit. Change some things up in training. And my physical aspect, like the physical aspect, not the boxing side.
Okay.
But change some things and
like fine tune this.
Yeah, fine tuning a little bit more. And
that sounds great.
And I'm feeling a difference in speed and just feeling looser and a little faster. Definitely.
See, that's a great update we're getting from this stuff. No doubt.
Yeah.
So now, where do they get tickets? Did any of the details come out on that stuff yet, or
not yet?
We'll
I should have
Let
tickets next 2 or 3 weeks. I have it posted on my Facebook.
I'll steal that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for putting me in your photo there, buddy. I like it. That was one of the best photos I took with a boxer.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I appreciate that.
Let me see something here. Dang,
we're catching them.
Hey, you guys are all darker than me.
Right home. Boxing is back in the Berg. It doesn't matter what color you are. No doubt. See that? Well, he's been traveling all over the world. I've been seeing it. You're traveling. Where'd you just come from?
I was just out at Ocean City. We just took the weekend out
That's
there.
all right. They have sun and beach.
Oh yeah, it was good weather. It was good weather.
Well, that helps build you in D3 that you get from the sun. That helps make you stronger.
Absolutely.
Too.
Last little
healthier.
Last getaway before back to training full time.
Well, I'm glad you could make the time and be on our show.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Hey, maybe we'll get you on before the fight if you're not knocking too many people out.
Yeah.
You want to come out a week or so before the fight?
Yeah.
If that would fit your schedule, good, I'd love to have you on.
Absolutely.
And afterwards you got an open invite.
Thank you.
Tell Coach Conley I said hi.
And we may also say hi to Sheena here. She's got her new hairdo since the last time I've seen her. Looking beautiful here with us. So thanks for coming out to the show too, Sheena. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
care. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, take the belt. Whoa, look how heavy that is. Smoking Jim, we're going to do some closing remarks. We've had a great show with great guests. You can't go wrong with this stuff. I know you always got something going on, especially now since you met more people in the hospitals you've been into, more of your female friends and doctors.
Well, I tell you what, great opportunity to come on out. Only $10 on the Hill District. It's going to be the first fight since 1971 on the Hill District. Great location, the YMCA. Come on out and see Al Levine, the talking machine, and Smoking Jim. We'll be doing the blow by blow and the boxing broadcast. Only $10. And I tell you what, we're going to donate 30% of what we make back into the community, and if anybody needs it, it's the Hill.
There's lots of places that need it. At least it's not Gateway, buddy, so that helps out. Or Monroeville, so I understand that. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out to our show. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere, Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. Thanks to Aaron Ward. Thanks to John the Tiger, our intern. I forgot your name now. Tell me your name. Elle. She's here. Devin Ward is serving our country right now. Devin Shea, I'm sorry, I say that each time I'm looking at Aaron. Devin Shea is with the military right now, and he's out in those Humvees and the heat and everything else. So, and thanks again for all those likes on Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook. And Dave Cable, can't wait till you get back so you can put up these great shows. Take care of young Adam there. He had a 6-week premature baby, so he's been off the last 2 weeks. And thanks everybody. Have a safe trip home. We'll see you on Saturday in the Hill District. That's Center Avenue at the Y. Brand new Y. 1 o'clock. You should have listened early there, Mr. Plungen. Listen, Coach. Hey, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Take care.